So, a couple of weeks ago, I decided to challenge myself creatively by committing to take one photo every single day for the next year. And I was inspired to take on that challenge after watching a video from one of my favorite photographers, Peter McKinnon, who talked about how much it helped him improve his photography. Now, to keep myself honest, I'm posting each of my photos to an app called Vero. Now, Vero is a community app built specifically for photographers, and while it's been around since 2015, it's had a bit of a resurgence in popularity now that Instagram decided to change its algorithm to favor more video content over photography. Now, so far I've got, a dozen photos that I've taken, and while my work doesn't even come close or in the same league as some of the other artists on the platform, I'm already seeing some unexpected benefits. For one, it's got me looking at the world through a more creative lens. Whether it's going to the movies or just going for a morning walk, I'm actively looking for that subtle beauty that surrounds me. I feel more present and more in touch with my world than I did just a few weeks ago. It's also teaching me more about myself. So even though I love nature and the beauty of the Arizona desert, I find myself gravitating towards more urban photography. I find that raw grittiness of the city beautiful in a way that I absolutely had not expected. Now you may be asking, dude, why photography? Like, you're a business and marketing coach. I don't get the connection. And I do admit that from the outside it seems a bit odd, especially when you consider the fact that I talk a lot about eliminating distractions so that you can focus on those activities in your business that actually move the needle. And since I'm not a professional photographer and I don't frankly ever intend to be one, it's easy to dismiss a challenge like this as just a silly indulgence of mine. But it's more than that. See, it's a way for me to work a creative muscle that allows me to tell better stories and reach more people. I'll give you a great example. I've had a passion for filmmaking since I was a kid. And when I started my first coaching business, it was in the trading and investing space. Now, that market is one of the oldest and most established on earth. There is lots of money in that industry and lots of competition. And I knew that if I was going to be successful, I was going to have to find a way to stand out from all of the other people in that space. Now, at the time, everybody was doing these screen capture videos while they were looking and going over charts, which makes total sense, right? If you're going to be teaching people how to trade and invest, you're going to be looking at a lot of stock charts. But I wanted to create a deeper relationship with my audience. So what I did was I started putting a video of myself in the bottom left-hand corner of the chart. Now that seems like such a small thing, right? That's something that everybody does today. But back then, I was the only guy in my space doing it. My followers got to see my face. They got to see me talking directly to them. It was a game changer for my business. As I started to make more money, I began investing in more video editing equipment. And I spent hours learning how to shoot and edit videos so that I could create these really cinematic experiences for my audience. While my competition was focused on the next trading system or the next big move in the markets, I was working on my skills as a visual storyteller. It put me and my company in a league all by ourselves while generating millions of dollars in the process. And that's why I think it's so important for us as entrepreneurs to really challenge ourselves creatively and then work to find ways of expressing that creativity in our business. Not only does that make us more well-rounded business owners, but as more and more of the things that we do become commoditized, it's going to be those creative and problem-solving skills that we have that are going to end up making us the most competitive. Now, for me, I'm focused on video and photography because those are two things that I'm really passionate about. For you, it might be music or creating a more intuitive user experience as a UI or a UX developer. It doesn't matter, and that's the best part. You just follow where your passions take you, and then you work to hone those passions into skills. So here's what I'm going to suggest. Just grab a sheet of paper and jot down a few creative things that you've always wanted to do, but for whatever reason, you haven't found the time. Could be anything from writing to stage acting. And don't worry about how you're going to make money off of it, at least not right now. Frankly, I am not entirely sure how my mediocre photography is ever going to make me any money. Just pick something. And then second, challenge yourself to improving in that artistic skill for at least the next 90 days. Now that might mean doing something every day like I'm doing, or it might just mean committing to taking a weekly class. It's not the amount of time that you're committing to, but the consistency of doing it regularly that's ultimately going to have the biggest impact on your life and your business. And finally, make your commitment public. Now for me, that means posting every single one of my photos to Vero, no matter how bad it is, and then creating this video kind of announcing my intentions to you. And my hope is that it's going to help keep me accountable to the commitment that I've made to myself. Time will tell. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe button so that you never miss a video. Speaking of videos, here's one of my favorites. It's all the things that I wish I knew about business before I got started. So go ahead and check that out, and I'll see you soon.